since this is being done, this is your art for the puppet theater. Can you tell us about how this story is told? How effectively in this method, or this art form, versus it being a play with actors, with people, or a film or something, or a documentary.
The difference is, the puppet theater is it's a visual art form, and as Masa as a puppeteer, I animate the objects that doesn't have life, but it's a representation of certain people and the characters. So hopefully, through the medium of puppet theater, the message and the things I will speak in the show will not be as didactic as, say, if there's somebody who's portraying Thai or Martin Luther King Jr. Then the person is speaking, and then that's his message, actor's message. So I think the puppet theater that's a strength. You have this layer that kind of you have to go through.
Mm-hmm. In that sense, how is it different than animation? I would think a lot of people use that same argument. I won't say argument, but they'll say when you watch characters like like there's somebody, the only one that comes to mind is like The Simpsons or something. But
Mm-hmm.
They're able to do so much with that, and they're endeared. They're long lasting.
Mm-hmm.
They can do things that normal actor couldn't get away with. Maybe
Yeah.
they can be even their self. Is there a way in the presentation, or is there a difference between that and animation, between puppet and animation?
That's a good question. I think it's similar, closer than actors theater. But I think puppet theater it's a live theater. So I think there's a live actors theater here, and then we have puppet theater here, which are both live. And then I think we have animation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the puppet theater is I never thought of it that way, kind of resides in between. So we have a live component, but at the same time it's a visual art form. So shares more with animation. And also I grew up in Japan, and then I'm a product of cartoon and the Japanese manga
Mm-hmm.
and the anime kind of thing. So you will see some of the illustration or drawings that's kind of a product of I guess Japanese anime.
Mm. Then how about the voices for the characters?
The voices, I'm making it kind of simple, so I'm not pretending even Thai's accent, which is Vietnamese accent.
Mm.
So I'm speaking, mostly just for Sister Changkang, Miss Fang's voice. I might use my higher pitch, and then for the kids,
But it's all you though. There's not other people doing that with you then. Oh.
So I will be using slightly different voice for as a narrator. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe just straight, and then for a man's voice, or so I will tweak a little bit, but it's more of a traditional more like folk theater, like better words.
Mm-hmm. During the production, when people come in, will it be the play only, or would there be discussion or some other information or presentations?
There's some nights that we will have a discussion. For instance, the 15th, the Sunday afternoon show. Right after the show, I have asked this Dharma teacher, which is a Buddhist ordained
Mm-hmm.
teacher. Her name is Sherry Maples. She's from Madison, Wisconsin, and she is a student of Thich Nhat Hanh for the last 19 years.
Really?
And she was featured at Speaking of Faith, which is NPR
Public radio.
public
Yeah.
radio
Mhm.
program, and she is a former cop.
Really?
Then now she had this dilemma that as a cop you have to be ready to kill somebody if it's required. But then being a Buddhist, that was a very difficult thing, because one of the first things we learn is do not kill,
Mhm.
do not let others kill, which is I guess universal message for any religion, but particularly in Buddhist. So she struggled, but then now she's a full-time Buddhist, and then she does a retreat to peacekeepers and people who are dealing with that situation. So
With this, will you put on this production in other venues or you have other cities?
I'm hoping, as you can see, this is a rather small show,
Mhm.
and also I intended for touring, so just myself and the musician. So at any call, I can take this show to schools and maybe prisons. I don't know, but that's my hope, that after 3 weeks run at the Heart of the Beast, this show has life on the street.
Well, then you mentioned a musician. Who will that be?
And his name is Matt Larson.
Matt Larson. Okay.
Yeah, and he himself is an ordained Buddhist. Actually,
Oh.
he goes to Minnesota Zen Meditation Center by Lake Cafu,
What will he be playing?
and he will be playing mandolin and guitar and melodica and harmonica and other things that makes noise. Yeah.